Hello everybody, my name is Skills and today another video for the Evolved YouTube channel, and today we're gonna learn you the basics of our server. So the Evolved PVE server, which you can find the address of in the description down below. You can find the website, you go to the website and over there you can see exactly how to get onto the server, or you can join our Discord. I will also link that in the description down below. And if you have any questions, you can join that, of course. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I am going to show you guys how to play on Evolved. Obviously, normally you have a rock and a torch. I already kind of threw it out, but you could use the rock to gather wood and all that crap. But you can also use the kits. But before we do that, let's go info, because when you first join the server, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see the info screen. Um, you could skip all that, but I really advise you to read the server rules. Read this first. These are just base, basic rules, right? And you can check our forum on the website for the full list of rules. But these are the basics. Those are the rules. They're talking about the building restrictions, some of the custom server features that we have, some of the player commands that we have, and then you just click I have read and understood, and you get on the server. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, and it's up to you whether you do it or not. I mean, you could do everything that we're about to do with just your rock and your torch and all that, and then start crafting things. But we are going to use the kit. So type /kit, and you have the starter kit and you have a builder kit by default. Now we're gonna redeem the starter kit, and we have it. And we get pumpkins, we get 6 bandages, which are quite useful. We get a bow, 24 arrows, well 25th and 25 technically because there's one in it. Then we have a axe, we have a stone pickaxe and a spear, and of course some starter gear. So we're pretty much set right now. Now, what you do next, I'll show you in a bit, but you also have to know that you'll start with money on the server. Now, this is the Evolved development server that I do this on, so this is not the main server. So the money values are a little bit different on this server, whereas on the main server. So it says that at the down bottom near the backpack icon, it says that I have $600. Now, on the main server, you do not get that much. As you start, you get like 300, I believe, or whatever. But with that money, everything that you do on the server grants a money value. So, for instance, if I hit this tree, right, it doesn't do anything, but it will once the tree falls. So, all right, so it's gonna fall now, and as you can see, I'll get money. I got $2 for it. So for one tree, I got $2. Now again, this is the development server, so things that I get are relatively higher than the main server. But either way, so everything you do grants you a money value, whether it is looting, breaking barrels, killing NPCs, killing animals, opening crates, killing Bradley, killing the chopper, killing scientists, heavy scientists, doing oil rig. Everything grants you a money value, which you can in return use for the skills system. So how to access the skill system? It is /skills, or you can bind it. I'll learn that in a sec. So this is the skill system. Now, obviously, when you first join, I would advise to go for like stone picking and lumberjack. Obviously, lumberjack and quarrying, because that is something you'll really need early on to build a base. So let's just put this, and let's put another 2. Now again, I cannot stress this enough. This is the development server, so I can do more on the development server, more upgrades. But on the main server, you will not be able to, put 2 talents in or 2 skills in each. But you know, so this is just because it's a development server and you know testing and all that. But I am showing you a little bit. You can bind it to the C, for example, if you want to. So you open the console. All right. You type uh, bind C. I'm gonna put it on the C. You can do whatever letter or number you want it at. So you do that, and then you do the quotation mark. In quotation mark, you type skills. You hit enter. Now you've bound it to C. So if you hit the C button, it opens the skills. Now another feature that we have on the server that everybody likes to use is the backpacks. So type slash backpacks, or you can just bind it. Oh, it's slash backpack, not backpack. So now, as a regular player, you only have the first row, I believe. You have one or two rows. I'm not entirely sure. I kind of forgot, to be honest. But you only have one or two rows. I think you have two rows as a regular player. VIPs, they'll get more space. VIP Plus has pretty much all this. But yeah, you get only the first two rows as a regular player. So you can also bind that. So let's bind it to the B button. And this time it's a little bit different. You type backpack dot open and then that in quotation marks. You hit enter, and then when you hit the B button, there you go. You open it. So let's play a little bit. Let's collect some wood, shall we? So, because you know that's what you need when you first start out Rust. You see sometimes this popping in the screen like /no fog. To remove the fog, that's because the server is quite freaking foggy, you know, at times. So you can do it if you want. You don't have to. So let's do type no fog, and look at that, beautiful. Obviously, try to hit the axis because it doesn't grant you more wood, but it makes you go cut the tree a lot quicker. So it does not yield you more wood. A lot of people think it yields you more wood, but it actually does not. It just makes it so the process is quicker, right? I mean, you yield more when wielding the axe, but overall total, if you would not hit the axe or just the wood and not hitting the axe, you still get the same amount of wood. It's just you go through quicker. So let's collect some wood real quick, you know, just so we can plow down a starter base. So I can show you a few things, you know. This is gonna probably be quite a chaotic video. I'm not gonna do too much editing in this video. We're just gonna go through it as we go. So you know, and I might maybe misspeak something or whatever. I'll try to connect. See, there we go already. I'll try to correct it as we go, if I catch it myself. And if I don't, yeah, be sure to, you know, scold me for it in the comments, I guess. Don't get too crazy in the comments, though. So, let's see. We have 8,000 wood. Alright, so the rates on the server are ×5. So, you get more stuff already. And not only that, because I have the skills, lumberjack, and also quarrying, I will actually, the gather rate also increase for that. Anyways, let's go here and go to crafting. So first things, when you can, you already want to start crafting a building plan, a tool cupboard. It's quite important to just craft like 2 doors, 2 locks, and you want to craft a building hammer. That's basically all you want to pre-craft right away. Now let's just find ourselves a you can also pick up this wood off the ground, of course. I don't really prioritize metal yet, you know, during the starts. I don't really prioritize those things, so I don't generally really pick them up yet. So again, with stone, the same thing. Hitting the, you know, the sparkly things makes the process just go faster, but it doesn't really yield more than doing it normal. But we're going to pick it up anyways, the metal ore, even though I don't generally do that. I don't prioritize that stuff. I am not going to mine metal ore, though. So we're gonna walk around a little bit. We're gonna see what we can find. We'll pick up stuff from the ground. We'll pick up cloth, of course. Cloth is really nice and really good. That's stone, uh, metal ore. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. So there's more stone over there, so we're gonna go there. We're gonna grab the stone real quick. Also, a quick note. Currently, the server, the current live server, is actually on a different map. It's on the This is what I am on right now. Is actually the new map. So this is going to be the new map for the new wipe, which starts in January. And if you see this, you know, in a month later than January, then this was the map that was live in January and February. Because every 2 months, bi-monthly, we have a new map on the server, a new custom map. So currently on the live server is not the same map as this map. So regardless, though, this might be the video if people watch it right as I post it, which is most likely going to be later today or tomorrow from recording it. And let's see. Also, before I continue talking, it's also important to loot boxes. I don't really loot these things because they don't really hold a good value for me. I would use a stone spear for this. Also on this server, all the barrels they only have resources in them or components. That's just a server feature. Obviously, that's not on vanilla. Vanilla, it contains a lot of crap. But on this server, on my server, they only have components in it. We have custom loot tables, so things are different. But you'll notice it as you play. It's important to do that. I mean, honestly, it is not super important yet to have all these components because it's early game, so you got to prioritize other things. Like you got to get a workbench up, But so that is like the kind of priority right now: getting a base up, start a base, and getting a workbench up, so you can actually start crafting things. And we'll do that. We're gonna do that. Electric fuse. I don't really care, personally. Like again, this is all personal preference, right? So I'm just showing you the way I would do it, right? The basics. That does not mean that it's the best way. Other people do it differently, and I suggest, once you get a hang of the basics, all right, you get the hang of it. You should probably just figure out your own way to do it differently, right? There's a boar right there. Let's kill it real quick. I am bad at aiming, so don't. I'm so bad right now. Buddy, oh my god, we're gonna kill it. Trust me, we are gonna kill it because we have to, right? Let's see. Just walk after it a little bit. Oh, what? No, I don't want to kill him. Wolves are quite bad. They can fuck you up. So I wouldn't suggest going after wolves at first. So they're good. It's important to skin these for reasons of what is a good reason? See, I don't have. Oh yeah, by the way, we'll use our backpack real quick. I'm only gonna use the amount of space that actually normal people have, so I'm not gonna use anything different. Another thing that you could do is, since we have now 58 bone fragments, we can go to tools. Where is it? Is it in tools? No, it's in weapons. Get yourself a bone knife. Why? Because skinning with a bone knife, it holds no durability loss. So you can just, keep skinning with it. Over here, it's different. You hear that noise? That's the Bradley APC. You do not want to interact with the Bradley APC or you wipe. So, we're just gonna go away from it. Let's see where we're gonna go. Where are we? We're over here. Let's just go to an area where we can, we can build our base. Or our starter unit, I would say. It is quite important to actually stay near the road, because at the road you can also get low-grade fuel, which is also quite important to get in the start. I'm probably the guy that's missing a lot of information to say in the basics, but I'm sure people will let me know in the comments down below what I've missed. But this is just a little information. It's not like a super in-depth guide. It's just how I would play it, and maybe you'll learn something from it, maybe you don't. That's fine by me. It's just a little bit of to let you know, hey, this is how you can play on the server the best. Oh look, there is a jackhammer. We're gonna throw that out. We're actually going to prioritize this. So flesh gather, as you can see on this one, flesh gather is 10, flesh gather is 20 on this one. So this knife is by default better. So we're gonna take the real knife now. Let's just quit gathering those resources. We're gonna go for other types of resources right now. Also, this is important. These are food things. You can actually just eat food. And this is where you can get low-grade fuel from. So low-grade fuel and crude oil. Crude oil is pretty good too. Also quite important because you can use an oil refinery to... There's a way to fight these. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how you can fight these things without too much trouble, right? So, okay, let's get him to come. Where is he? There he is. Oh god, please hit. Come here, bud. This is a good way. Alright, animals are really afraid of, they're afraid of foundations. So, they'll never be able to get to you. Plus, you can kill them quite easily. God. Or you can just stand on a rock. So let's now get it with this one. Let's get our arrows back, of course. Fucking yikes. I don't really care about the rest, I don't really care about the wall meat. Anyways, let's just build a little base right now, okay? Or should we... We're gonna go to R11 and we're gonna build there. Or near the water, near the airfield, whatever. Because the airfield is quite of a nice monument, right? So... Ooh, this is a good one too. But we're gonna leave all that shit in right now. Because we don't really care. For now. So what we're gonna do is... We're going near the airfield. Airfield is a really nice monument. And it is... Yeah, it's just a very nice monument. There's a lot of loot there too. Which is quite nice. Also, scientists, I would suggest not messing with them because they can really mess you up. But it is up to you. Oh, when you find a letter early, take it. Letters are really rare for some reason, and they're quite difficult to get at times. So yeah, I would take them if I were you. If you find, I'm not going to, because obviously we're not gonna do anything with them. Also, if you take everything out of if you loot everything, you get money. Look, in the down on the left corner, you sold it ticking up. See, so it's on 59 right now. It's on 60.5 right now. So you get like $1.50. Well, on the live server you get, you know, a different amount, but it's just a little bit, you know, good to know type thing. All right, let's just continue on. Let's get some more. We're gonna get all the crude oil and shit that we can get. Ooh, I mean, obviously, normally you would take the bullets because they're quite important too, for guns and all that. I'm gonna skip them right now, but you know, normally we get it. I'm just doing this because I'm just showcasing a little bit. So that's why I'm playing the way that I play right now. But normally I would pick up that stuff because I would deem it important. Anyways, because ammo is always important. Free ammo is always good. So let's get that, and then we're going into. Also, one thing you'll have to know, on the main server there is no radiation. On this server there is going to be radiation, so I will disable it real quick. On the main server there's no radiation either, so you know, me disabling it does not matter much because on the main server it's also disabled. So you know, we're gonna make our way over there real quick. We should probably collect some more wood as well along the way. So let's do that real quick. And I'll show you some features with the base design, with the bases and stuff that we have that vanilla servers do not have. And there's also something you'll have to think about. If you team, watch out with who you team on the main server, right? So I'm not saying that it's a PVE server, player versus environment server. Generally, people are nice to each other, and you know there's no issue in teaming with people. Except on the server, we have a feature called automatic authorization, meaning that whoever's in your team by default has access to your doors, to your TC, has access to your turrets and all that, so they don't get shot by traps. However, there's a bear right there. We do not want to mess with a bear, so we're gonna put like a foundation right here. We're gonna jump on it, and then we're gonna take him out. Bear is a really good food source, you know. They take a lot of arrows, as you can tell. Holy crap, man. Are you serious? Bro. That is nuts. Alright, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. I had to do it, you know, because I had no arrows anymore. I knew it was almost dead, so... Do not do that, by the way. If you're new at the game, yeah, you should not do that. Bears are deadly. But bear food is really good, so we're gonna take bear food instead. Plus you get a lot of it. Why did you do that, bitch? Oh, well, I'm already out of arrows. So let's just continue. Let's just do what we need to do. Let's eat food. Pumpkins are really good. Really good food source. Anyways, let's just continue on. Screw the rest. Right, so we're just going to continue on to where we need to go for now. And we'll see if we can find any more stone. If we can, we will. We will collect. Is that stone? No, don't think so, right? No, it's not. So, that is though. Let's get stone real quick. If you do it like that, it goes really quick. Like otherwise, you waste your ability of the jackhammer. So I suggest you tap it instead of, because that just wastes your ability of the jackhammer. Also, only the ones with the sparkles are actually stone you can gather, or notes you can gather rather. So what was I talking about? I was talking about something, and then I got abruptly interrupted by that bear. Oh yeah, automatic authorization. So beware who you add to your team because they have access to everything. However, they do not have the access to actually change your codes. So if you have a code lock on your door and you set the code for it and you invite someone, they have access to your doors, but they have no access to changing the code because obviously they haven't filled in the code in the first place. So, but yeah, watch out who you add to your team because they have access to everything in your base. It also counts the other way around. If they have a base, you have access to their base too. Like teams just have access to everything. You know, all the codes, well, the code lock things, except not having access to the code itself. Access to TCs, access to traps, so that the traps don't kill your teammates, and all that jazz. Anyways, so we got near the airfield right now. So we're going to go inside the airfield real quick. We're going to go to a recycler and we're going to recycle some of the components that we got. Because like I said, early game, you do not really need the components, right? So we're just going to recycle them for now. I mean, early game, see, there's a difference too, right? So I say early game you do not need components. Technically you really don't, but like more advanced players or more when you know, as you get better at the game, you can prioritize those things too early game. But I suggest if you're new to the game, don't worry about it like right until after you set up your base at least. So for now, you know, I'm gonna do that. There's a few things you want to keep though. Gears I do always keep because gears are sometimes quite rare. Not always, but sometimes they're quite rare. So I keep them generally. That being said, I always take the high external gates or high external walls because they grant a lot of wood, or they give a lot of wood or stone. So like this thing gives like 700-ish wood. Oh, 1500. Oh damn, that's even more than I thought. So let's get this out real quick. We're gonna keep these things on here. We're gonna keep that on us. We're gonna keep this out real quick. Oh no, well, we don't really need to take that out. We're gonna get rid of that too. Again, normally I would keep it, but for now I just get rid of it because why not? Let's see, we'll get rid of that too. Oh, and we get rid of the fuse. Even though you can use the fuse to do a puzzle here at the airfield, but I'm not gonna show that in this video. You'll have to figure that out yourself because, you know, I don't want to show you everything, right? You have to experience the game too. So, in my opinion, at least. So, you know, I'm gonna give you your fair chance to experience the game yourself too. All we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the base, and then we're gonna call it closure for the video. You basically, you know, have a base at that point, so you have a safe place home. you know, and that's exactly what we want, because then you can start experimenting and playing the game like you want it to be played without, you know, not having a home. Because if you die, then at least you'll be able to spawn somewhere where you're familiar with the environment and stuff like that. So before we do that, though, we're going to the main building on the airfield, which is that building over there. We're going to quickly go through that main building. We're looting that. There's a lot more loot on the airfield. We're not going to go through everything of it right now, but we're just going to go through here in the garage, because there is an oil refinery here, and we need that for there is a furnace splitter thing on the server too, so everything you put in automatically gets split, and it adds wood the exact amount of how much it needs um, to burn the stuff with. You can also turn it off if you want, or trim the fuel, but we're not going to do that. I'm not going to go into that now. Also, the 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 process of the smelting is actually quicker than normal as well. So, but as that is going, let's see if there's any crates. There is a research table in here. For how research tables works and stuff, I suggest you Google that, or you ask one of the players on the server how that works. Um, they'll gladly tell you, or they'll gladly help you and assist you in things that you need to know or want to know. Damn, so there's no crates in here. Damn, normally there is crates in there, but now there is not, I guess. So we're gonna leave that going for a little bit. We're gonna prioritize some of the things that we need for building in a sec. So we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that. I suggest that you watch out with building. So even though this is a PVE server, player versus environment, and not a PvP, so it's not a player versus player server. So there's rules like, killing is not allowed. You're not allowed to kill other players. You're not allowed to steal from them. You're not allowed to raid them, right? However, there's always going to be players joining the server that are going to be a dickhead, or they're going to be like purposely breaking the rules because they like to ruin other people their game, right? So I would suggest keeping that in mind when building your base as well. So don't have any open windows. Even though it might look really cool, it's not a good idea, because people just jump in your window and try to steal your shit. Even though we have the tools as staff to figure out whether someone did that or not. So people do get bans regularly that interrupt people their playing styles and stuff. But, it it's impossible for us to catch everything, So there's going to be people that are going to try to get away with things. So, it's best to just prevent it. And please, if you see someone breaking the rules, let us know, and we'll deal with it. I mean, currently Lemon Tree and myself are staff. So, we'll deal with it. So let's see. This is good enough for now. I'm not going to sit here the entire time. Let's take this real quick. We're going to go outside of the airfield, and I'm going to show you a very easy base design that I use as a starter unit usually, up until I actually build a larger base. So let's go to an area where we can build. As you can see, it's red here, so it's too close to the monument right now, so you cannot build there. There's a big ass bridge over there. So here we can start building. I'll go a little bit further and we'll start building this. All right, I usually do it 2x2, and then I build a triangle foundation, and that will become clear why I do that in a sec. We'll build walls. You could build, like, again, you can build window frames, but if you do build window frames, you got to build like or if you build windows, you got to build window frames to prevent people from getting inside. You could build like another layer, but we're just gonna focus on a very simple starter base design right now. And I'll let you do some experimenting. The reason I put these doors in this position, I'll show you in a sec. We're making an airlock, meaning that if people try to actually forcefully gain access to your base, they couldn't. They can't get in. But unless they fucking exploded or whatever. But again, it's not allowed on the server, but we still want to somewhat protect your base from people just being simply to enter it, you know. So let's go to another feature that we have on the server. Normally people will have to do let's actually first, before I explain it, let's place down the TC, which is quite important. The TC defines the upkeep for the building. So now you see you automatically have building privilege. Now everybody around you cannot build in your TC sphere, TC radius. Now if you open it, you see it needs 91 wood per 24 hours. So if I put in, let's say I'll put in like 201 wood, then my base is protected for 2 days, 5 hours, 4 minutes, and 9 seconds. So that basically means this building will stay up for that amount currently. All right, and then after that time is open, it will start decaying. So eventually it won't be here anymore. Now, obviously, you do not want your building to be twig or thatch or whatever you want to call it. I had a voice crack. That's very professional. Anyways, so you do not want that because this is easily something that people could break. You know, it takes a couple hours and they're in it. So you want to upgrade it, preferably to stone to begin with, because stone is something they cannot burn down with a flamethrower. Again, these things are not allowed on the server, but you'll be surprised how many people will actually do it because they're assholes and they want to ruin your play. So that's why. But either way, so a feature that we also have on the server is normally on vanilla servers, you have to right click something. By the way, don't mind this foundation is owned by Skills TK. That's an admin tool. You as a player will not see that. Anyways, so if you right click, you select to create and grade where you want to upgrade it to, right? So stone. And then normally you would go here and do it again the same way. However, we have a feature on the server that you only have to do it once, and then you just look at something, you left click. So for very quick upgrading. There we go. So it's very quickly upgraded. Now, of course, the building is decaying again, so we got to add stone to the TC. We just did, so we now have 12. And also, the wood went down because there is no wood anymore in the build. Well, except for this part. So if I upgrade this to stone, I have to get some stone out. Let's just get everything. Fuck it. We'll left click that. We'll put stone back in. So now the build does not need wood anymore. But it will in a sec when we place down doors. So how to create a good airlock? You have to do this one, not going to the outside. You do this one so it opens to the inside. All right, then you put on a lock. As a solo player, you can just put on a lock like that. Make sure you hold. Okay, I'll do that with this door real quick. Make sure to place this door like so, and then make sure you hold E on it and then hit lock, so it's actually locked, so other people cannot open it. You will not have to create a key. All right, you only have to create a key if you would give the key to someone else, so for someone else to access your base. The person that made the lock or put the lock on there by default is able to open it. And on top of that, if you're a team member, if you invite people to your team, they will be bound by the automatic authorization, which means they can open the doors without having a key too. So anyways, this is an airlock. So if you would open both, you cannot enter it you cannot exit from the outside, but you can also not enter from the inside. Let me fly through it real quick. So you cannot enter it. So, but you know, a rule of thumb is always make sure you close your doors. Okay, don't when you go outside, you know, close things. Okay, and now make sure also that people don't jump in here, right? If they jump in here, it's fine. Just don't open this door, because if you open this door, they by default have access to it. So yeah, it's really difficult to control on a PvP server, but we're not on a PvP server, so we're not going to learn that. Another thing that you want to do as you do is you want to build a box. If you have the metal fragments for it, I would suggest going for a large box. If you have a skin for it, you put a skin on it. Also, you want to prioritize a crafting bench. So let's go. We're going to go crafting bench. We need 500 wood, 100 metal frags, and 50 scrap. We have all of those. because of the recycling that we did, and we're gonna craft it. Now another thing you want to build, but we're gonna wait for some of the things to complete. First of all, the large wooden box is almost done, which we're gonna put that shit down in the corner here so we can put some crap in it. So there we go. The wooden box is done. Obviously, you can put a lock on it if you want. For this tutorial type thing, I'm not gonna put a lock on it, but you could if you wanted to. Now we can just put things in it. How to make food? I'll show you that real quick too. You can actually go to is it in items? It is in items. So you make a campfire. That's how you do it, and then you can make, or you could make a barbecue. But like I said, I'm only showing the basics right now. We'll put a crafting bench next to it. You can open a crafting bench and actually learn some basics, some basic level. So the stuff that you can learn here, the recipes or blueprints that you can learn from these, are only things that you can make with level 1 workbench. So level 2 will have its own tech tree, and level 3 will have its own tech tree. And the way you have to use use scrap to unlock it. So let's say I want the salvage hammer, which is then that, bam, and I can now make a salvage hammer. So if I go to tools, I can now make a salvage hammer. Salvage hammers are quite useful actually. You can actually collect trees, stone with it, and they're really good at breaking barrels too. And the durability is really good on them too. Anyways, so let's just put this. We're gonna put some important stuff in here. Generally, I don't really do it, but you can if you want to. We're gonna keep that on us, and we're gonna put that in there real quick. We're gonna put this in here. As soon as you have the materials for it, I suggest the heck. I suggest you replace the doors with like sheet metal doors as soon as possible, because again, wooden doors can be burned down by a flamethrower. So next thing that you want to do, we have a campfire, so we can put that in there. We can put some extra wood in there if we want, and then we'll put this in there so that you can make food. Now it is important that you keep looking at it, keep looking at food, because it can get burnt too, and you do not want to have burnt meat. Burnt meat is quite bad. It will start make you vomit sometimes, and you can actually get sick in the game from it. It takes a little bit though, but when it's nighttime, this is a perfect thing to do, because nighttimes they're dark, so you don't really want to be outside, unless again like you're a good player, then you might. But when you're just starting out, then you should probably avoid nighttimes. And then you can eat it. It gives you quite a lot. It gives you 100 calories, it heals for 5, and a hydration plus 1, which is the water. You can also heal yourself using water, but again, I'm not gonna mess with that. By the way, if you heard that Discord sound, that was not your Discord, that was my Discord. Just an FYI. Another thing you want to build is a sleeping bag. I forgot what it is in, to be honest, because I'm not that smart. Just kidding, I am, but I just don't know where it is. There it is. All right, so I use a skin probably. If I was actually closer to the workbench, it would have been faster, but yeah, whatever. We're gonna put a sleeping bag down. You can also back other people in, but we're not gonna focus on that. What we also want to make now is, because we want to start actually getting stuff together. Let's see, where is it? What do I need for this? I need stone for that. So let's get some stone, right? And then let's make this one. So let's make 2 of them. Let's put the sleeping bag real quick there. So we now, if we would die, we can respawn in our house or in our base, whatever you want to call it. Now furnaces are quite important too. So we'll put the furnace down. Normally I do a different setup, in a base, but this is just for viewing purposes, or to show it off rather. So let's get. Wait, I thought I had. Did I threw that out? Wait a minute. Have I really thrown it out? I think I have. Ha! Well, I'm gonna cheat it in a sec just to show you. I think I threw it out. I didn't want to do it, so for that reason, again, you guys don't have access to this, but I'm just gonna do it for showing purposes, right? So I cheated it in real quick. And then when you put it in, it will automatically split, and then you can actually, ooh, that looks cool. Then you can just, start smelting metal fragments. That's pretty cool, right? Again, this is the dev server, so that does not have quick smelting enabled, but on the main server it does. This is just a little bit, of how to play, how to make your first base, and as you have your first base, you can easily, on your own, you can just, you know, you can, on your own pace, figure out the rest of the game. There's always players online. Well, almost always. At peak times, there is like 6, 7, or 8 players, maybe sometimes even 10 plus online on the main server. And then you can just ask questions. If you don't know something, ask the community. Our community is very friendly. We have a non-toxic community. Usually, people that are extremely toxic on the server get dealt with pretty quickly because we are anti-toxicity. We do not want people to be toxic. So, ask our community. They will help you. Like if you don't know how to play a game, if you don't know how to do something, ask them. They'll let you know. So if you hit T, this is something you have to remember too. If you're in a team, it will prioritize. So let me go into a team real quick. Let me create myself a team. That's how you create a team, and you can just invite people by going to them and then hitting E on them, and they will get an invite. Again, be wary who you invite because they get access to everything that you have. So if you don't know the person, it is just probably a better idea to not invite them to your team unless you have played with them quite a lot, or you have talked to them and you feel like you can trust them. Then you can try it. I mean, on a PVE server, it is less likely that you'll invite someone that wants to ruin your day, but it is still possible. There's still people that actually do want to ruin your day on a PvE server, sadly. But anyways, when you're in a team and you hit T, it prioritizes the team chat, as you can tell. So everything that you would say in here is said in team. So if you want to talk in global chat, you hit the tap button and then you can type. Now, if you type again, it will prioritize global. So if you want to go to team chat again, you hit tab. So you can just do that, right? Now, another thing is you can actually right click. Oops, I'm stupid. You can left click a player and you can mute them too, and you can report them. You can see the Steam profile. You can clear the chat. You can copy the chat. This is a lot of things that people don't really need. Even more advanced players or more older players that have played the game for longer don't. A lot of the people actually don't know this, but you can mute someone. If you're tired of someone's bitching in chat, you can just mute them. Or if they do something, they say a racial slur or something extreme in chat, you can report them. You can copy the text, you can clear the chat, you can even check their Steam profile. So if I click clear chat, as you can see, it clears the chat. Anyways, I want to have that all set. This is a little bit. Oh, another thing that I want to show that before I forget, before I close down the video, this is really important. On a regular server, vanilla server, you are not able to demolish things always. Well, you are in the first like 30 seconds or first minute after you've placed the wall, you're able to demolish it. On our server, we have set it, whereas on the dev server you can't rotate it, but on the main server you can. On the main server we have set it that people can always, if they're the builder and they have TC rights and they own the building, they can always demolish the walls and they can always rotate it. So that being said, you don't generally need an admin anymore to destroy walls. You can just do it yourself, as you can see. You can just beautiful. I don't know why, but it looks really weird when the bridge is cut off like that. It's like it's missing a piece. Anyways, this was the video. I hope this video was informative. I hope it actually helped you learn a little bit of the basics of Rust. I know it's probably going to be a pretty long video, and there's a lot of information to digest. And I had a voice crack, and I said some stupid shit. Um, Whatever, man. I hope it helped you regardless. If you want to see something else, or you have an idea of what you want to see in the future on the channel, please let me know in the comments down below. And like the video, because it actually really does help for the YouTube algorithm. Like the video again. Subscribe for more if you want. You can subscribe if you are new over here on this channel and you're like, oh wow, I really want to try the server. You can. In the description box below, there is a website link and there is a Discord link, which both bring you to, respectively, the website and the Discord server, and you can talk with the amazing community. And on the website, you can find on the IP to the server, but you can also find that information on our Discord, and you can find the wipe schedule. You can find links to the player commands, to the server rules, and all that jazz on the Discord as well. So I hope to see you guys on the server. Everybody is welcome, and thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you all later. Peace.